The relevance of the IB is that it helps our students become lifelong learners, and it does so by looking at the student as a whole. We instill in the students an understanding of how to be principled in the way that they go about things, to be risk takers, to take on new challenges, to extend their learning to be inquirers and be curious about the world around them, and then to also look back and be reflective and open-minded about the things that they have learned, so they're forever evolving, as does the world around them.
The IB Learner Profile is the IB mission statement translated into a set of learning outcomes for the students of the 21st century. It spans primary, middle years program and the diploma. It is also an aspirational tool. We use it to inspire not only students, but also teachers, parents, and the whole school community to become inquirers, to become communicators, to become reflective, risk takers, open-minded, and, in one word, lifelong learners.
The MYP is an inquiry-based curriculum which has key and related concepts. The key concepts are big ideas which form the basis of teaching and learning in the MYP. We encourage our teachers to facilitate learning experiences where our students are meaningfully engaged in inquiry and greater creative and critical thinking.
What we're trying to do in the MYP program here at Stonehill is connect the mathematics that we cover in class to the real world where possible. And in the M3 group, students had been studying right-angle trigonometry. They'd learnt all the theory, but it was a much better idea to have the students go outside. We have some wheelchair ramps here at school, and the students had to assess all the wheelchair ramps in the area around the school to find out whether they were safe enough for wheelchair access.
One of the primary aspects of the IB is the idea that students become inquirers. So they learn to learn and learn about things that are meaningful to them within the context of that discipline. So we don't tell them what they have to study or what they have to learn or what the outcome has to be. We point them in the right direction and give them the tools and then let them inquire, research. That's what research is.
We approach the visual arts through the perspective of incorporating research, and we also critique the students on their participation. The group that's with me now in the classroom is a group of M1 students, and their initial project is to look into ancient Egyptian scrolls, and they are creating their own scrolls based on research that they're doing about a god, goddess, or pharaoh that they are interested in.
For the IB, you have to do a lot of your own research if you want to really do well, so it helps develop your research skills quite a bit, especially for writing papers and giving lab reports and presentations, which also ties into the communication skills that you acquire. The IB helps you develop these skills by making you interact more with other people than you usually would, and even interacting with people outside of school to give you a more holistic appearance.
My project was to revive knitting. One part was to learn knitting because I'd never done it before, and the second one was to teach the ECA.
I did this project on rebuilding a Vespa, and I actually got to learn something new and something that I wouldn't learn normally at school.
For the tech fair, I showcased the work I did for my personal project, which was creating a video game. It meant taking a lot of risks because I had never undertaken a project like this before. It was a long process and I had to try multiple times before getting the perfect product.
I did a burglar alarm. I have 3 days to do it and made it in 3 days. And the cost of all my project was €10.
I decided to build my own computer. I had to do a lot of research to know how to build it, know what to buy, how much would it cost, and I put together my computer. I've even asked some of my friends, and they even let me borrow some of their computer parts to try to add on and see how it would change, and how could I improve on what I did, how could I see how to make it better, or what just could completely change the computer.
The whole thought process that you will go through is totally different, such as reflecting upon your work that you have done. First, you will think it's really hard to reflect on what you have done because it's hard to think of what your mistakes are. But when you reflect upon yourself, you really have a different product on the end, and it will be always better.
I did a performance with the government school kids. It went quite well. We had them come over a few times and we went there a few times and we collaborated together.
The IB is not just about learning from books, but also learning from everyone else around you and other experiences. You also do activities and go on field trips to learn about different cultures, different topics, different environments, and that really opens up your mind.
If you're open-minded, you will be open for other cultures, and to every problem that you will have, you will get a better solution.
We've been working on many different things this year, such as music, tech, creating our own songs, and we're putting that all together here and coordinating it.
I think my main job in teaching music is, to get out what the kids have in them and bring it out. So I really have to think very deeply about what is relevant, what is going to help them later on in life. And when you think about this, it is working in groups, it is being creative, and the IB likes all these things. They're all ideal IB traits.
So we created this video, and it's about Twitter addiction.
We decided to work as a group of 4 because we felt that we could do something better together.
We had a good cooperation, we were good friends, we knew who could do what.
And we each assigned different roles. So we were like either one main person, or just like a few like little roles that we had here and there. But overall, we all had like one main role that we stuck to.
We really try to have a very good atmosphere in the classroom when the students feel safe and they feel that they are helping each other. It is not a place where we will encourage competition, for instance. So this way, this is also a balanced environment. So.